Suppose I have now 2 plus cosine of 2x. And that's equal to 3 cosine of x. So in this problem, you're going to have to use a trig identity on the cosine of 2x. And there's a couple different trig identities that involves cosine of 2x. And the one that I'm going to use is that cosine of 2x can be replaced with 2 cosine squared of x minus 1. And again, that's still equal to 3 cosine of x. And at this problem, basically you have a quadratic equation involving cosine. So if we get rid of our parentheses and just kind of reorder things, I'll have a 2 cosine squared of x and positive 2 and minus 1 is going to be positive 1. We still have our 3 cosine of x on the right side. And now if I subtract the 3 cosine of x, I'll have 2 cosine squared x minus 3 cosine of x plus 1 equals 0. And basically the same way that 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0 would factor. The same way that factors the 2 cosine squared of x minus 3 cosine of x plus 1 is going to factor. So we'll have a 2 cosine of x term and a cosine of x term. Again, the only way we're going to get positive 1 is to either use a plus 1 or a minus 1, but we want this negative in the middle, so it looks like it's going to have to be negative 1 or positive 1. And now we do the same trick, we just set each piece equal to 0. If we set the first piece equal to 0, we'll add 1 and divide by 2 and get cosine of x equals 1/2. And on the other part we'll get that cosine of x equals positive 1. And again from a previous video we figured out where cosine of x equals 1/2. We said that was at 60 degrees and 300 degrees. And cosine of x being 1, that's going to happen at the angles 0 and at the angles 360 degrees. Again, we're only finding solutions between 0 and 360 degrees. Let's maybe do one more here. Suppose we have sine of x equals tangent of x, same idea here. You can rewrite this as sine of x. You can rewrite tangent as sine of x over cosine of x, same idea as in the other problem, and you have to be careful not to divide both sides by sine of x. What you can do is, you can subtract away sine of x over cosine of x, set that equal to 0, and then simply factor out the sine of x term. So if you pull out sine of x, you'll have 1 minus 1 over cosine of x equals 0. So if we set each piece equal to 0, we'll get sine of x equals 0. If we set the other part, the 1 minus 1 over cosine x equal to 0, if we add, we'll get 1 equals 1 over cosine of x. If you multiply, we'll get that cosine of x equals 1. And again, this will be where our solutions are. So sine of x equals 0 at the angles 0 and 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Cosine of x equals 1 only at the place at the angles 0 and 360 degrees. Hope these videos help. If you need some more help, feel free to comment.